Evening folks, I'm all the way over here today because it's time for my review of Transformers, Revenge of the Fallen. That's Transformers 2 to me and you. Leader class, Jetfire! Yeah! Oh my gosh, doesn't this thing look frightening? If he hadn't been characterised as the adorable foul-mouthed old codger that he is, then I think he would have made a very convincing Ultra Nemesis. He's like a vast, miserable crow machine. I did have my doubts as to whether the toy would be able to convey Jetfire's elderly, hunched form, and while it's not totally accurate, I think it does a pretty good job. Check out his poor old knees, they're not what they used to be. And before we go any further, yes, he has a walking stick. Bless. But it's a walking stick with wheels, so I guess he needs some pretty mad skills to keep his balance on that thing. Posability-wise, his arms can do all sorts, but his legs can just kind of squat a little bit. Like you're going to pose this guy anyway. There really is a lot of alt mode visible, but I don't know if it counts as kibble, because it looks amazing! He's all pointy and smooth and black. Speaking of jet bits, there's also a lot of fibbing going on. Coming back to his knees, you'd think they turned into his jet turbines, but they don't. They just fold away underneath. And check out the top of his head. That's unambiguously supposed to be a cockpit. But the actual cockpit's spread across his arm kibble. I don't mind so much though, they're just little cheats. And without them, the figure wouldn't look as amazing as it does. Look at his little head up here. It's like a bomb went off in Yosemite Sam's face. Tragically, there's no light piping, but he's got some gimmicks to make up for it. He's got some kind of decent mecha life, and the entire front of his face lights up.
Jetfire's my name.
Voice chip lets it down a little bit though. I don't think I'm exaggerating when I say that Jetfire was the funniest, the coolest, the most endearing, the most entertaining thing about Revenge of the Fallen. It simply isn't good enough to have him just say what his name is. And all of a sudden he's got a bit of a Scottish twang. At least give him some minor Scottish potty mouth. Jetfire's my name, you wee shite. But yes, we all know what he should have said. Behold the glory of Jetfire! Oh, bloody bollocks and buggery! I'm a cockney. But yes, this robot mode is thoroughly satisfying. It's hulking and black and I'm his biggest fan. Transforming this thing is such a hassle. It's not so hard to get the limbs to behave, it's just the panels, there's so many. And there's a couple in particular that will pop off with no effort. And I'll only do anything if it requires no effort. And by the end I was so sick of that bloody noise. Oh my god, shut up. And it's such a pain to get those elastic combiner kibble bits to behave. Really, to transform him, you're going to need a spare half an hour. But, oh my god, it is so worth it. I don't think my tiny webcam can quite convey the enormity of this thing. It's smooth and beautiful and majestic, and my god, is it ever big. But enough about my willy! No, honestly, this thing is spectacular. Do you see how big this thing is? Really? It's filling the screen. Okay, and that's all of it on the screen. I'm having to hold it all the way back here. But then this guy is at maximum stretch right now. Check out some of these details. I particularly like the scratched off Decepticon logos. JTFR there? I wonder what that means. Just underneath the cockpit there it says Lieutenant Colonel Brawley. At first I was like, what, Brawl's flying this thing? But apparently it's short for Bill Rawley, the Hasbro dude who presumably designed this thing. To be honest, if I'd designed something as lovely as this, too right I'd put my name on it. Tragically, the underside is a bit of a letdown, being as that's where the entire robot mode goes. But the top side's gorgeous enough for me to overlook that. If you've got something that looks this good and you're preoccupied with looking at the underside, you're a freak. Also, it's kind of nice how the accessories fit in there so seamlessly. All it can really do in this jet mode is make a little noise, and fire a little gun, and look amazing. So yes, Jetfire gets the Thew thumbs up. I'd like to express my eternal gratitude to my Scottish pal Richard for gifting me this fabulous thing. Best of all, now I can combine it with the gift his mate Chris sent me. But not today.